I'm Scott.
I'm Russell.
And I'm Leo. This is Spitball. Welcome to Spitball, the pitching kitchen, where three charming rascals, that's us, empty our heads of the startup and tech product ideas that we have stuck up in here so you can all have them for free. Anything we say is yours to keep.
So we have Phil here, who we found on Friend of a Friend, the the dating app for married people.
From what I've heard, going back to episode 2, I'm the friend named Phil, and if you go on Friend of a Friend, I am. You remember Tom from MySpace? I am the equivalent of Tom from MySpace, but Phil from Friend of a Friend.
That makes sense. Did you cash out and take your millions to go be a photographer on Instagram with your life?
I did actually. Yeah, it was I think 4.2 million.
And you didn't share any with us.
How many followers does Tom have, like, on Instagram? You know, he's probably not on MySpace anymore, right? He's probably on Insta and, like,
Nobody's
Facebook.
on MySpace anymore.
Yeah.
Except for Tom.
I mean,
actually, they're kind of having a little bit of a resurgence right now, which is kind of cool.
Aren't they more of a music thing? I haven't actually been on in, a long time, but
why would
they
you
were
go
a
on
music
MySpace?
thing, and now they're pivoting back, I think.
To just regular?
do they still exist?
To be a music-centered but social network thing in general. Yeah, I know. They got bought by some venture capital firm, I think. But we're not here to talk about MySpace and its resurgence, how it's going to dominate and take over TikTok.
Are we not?
We're recording this a little bit ahead of when you're listening to this, so maybe they did already buy TikTok and X, and now they are the social
It's
network.
just called
to be seen.
Y, and that's it.
I'm gonna call it here, Leo. MySpace is the only social media network. December, whenever this comes out, it's the only social media left.
That's all that's left.
So praise be to Tom and our MySpace overlords.
Follow Spitball Show on MySpace. Excuse me, why?
We all have to have social media platforms for tonight. That's it.
All right, Scott, what's an idea that you have always wanted to make, but you do not have time for?
I actually have thought about this one a lot, and it's still going to be really half-baked. And it's even a website, but not a social media. I've always wanted thoughtsandprayers.com, but you can actually send something that's not just thoughts and prayers to someone in need. So this is about as far as I got. So I'm either thinking like some form of gift
Thoughts and
basket
prayers
or
premium.
like information or something. Yeah, exactly. The premium version is to get something tangible.
Thoughts and prayers and fruit basket.
Yeah, exactly. Could be a fruit basket. But there's always someone where like couple just had a baby or there was a death in the family or something terrible has happened to their local hometown or whatnot. And you want to send thoughts and prayers or maybe more than thoughts and prayers, something that could actually help them out in that moment.
Okay. So what would be, like, flowers? I'm trying to think what I would...
I guess you could start there. Different tiers on there, like
Edible arrangements.
This is not relevant, but I just need someone to know that somebody out there is hilarious and bought thoughtsandprayers.com and it redirects to Texas.gov.
Texas.gov. I just did that like 2 minutes before this and was cracking up.
Very good. To the person out there doing that, well done. That is worth $12 a year.
I think it was Greg Abbott, actually.
Yes.
Yep. So if you actually wanted to start this website and just say like, hey, okay, I want to give away for my friends who just recently had kids a break, or I just want to send them something, this would be really easy to do. A very quick website, have a couple of base products on there. I'll ship them a lasagna. And then you just drop ship everything from there. Fill it all out, have a couple of items on the homepage, and then a form and a little bit of automation. You're drop shipping them all of these cheap or whatever things. Everyone's wins.
Could you tie it into Uber Eats or Grubhub or
Absolutely.
anything like that for like a nice hot meal for, hey, you had a kid here, or hey, your grandma just died, here's a lasagna.
Our meal train app that we used was not the mealtrain.com one, but we used an alternative that was like, do you want to sign up to bring them a meal or do you want to send them a frozen soup like thing? These exist a little bit out there already. You could have that plus flowers, plus stuffed bears, plus fruit baskets. Yeah.
Okay. Then pivot slightly on that and just have it so you can make your own like personalized campaign for this. Hey, I want to raise awareness for something or another. Here's a way that you can donate or contribute in a meaningful, tangible way for this.
So Kickstarter meets meal plans meets Grubhub.
It can be you can take the angle of how all the social cause, like with Tom's shoes, they donate a child, a pair for every pair. You buy the basket and they donate money to the hurricane relief or whatever.
I don't know if they're donating children, but
I started to say children's shoes, but I don't think that's children's
They
shoes.
just
Sorry about your new child.
Yeah, that's very selfless of them.
I've got an idea. So part of the joke behind the thoughts and prayers meme is that it does literally nothing. I'll send you my thoughts and prayers is code for, you know what? I hope it works out for you.
So should it be more than thoughtsandprayers.com? Better than thoughts and prayers?
Possibly that's one option. Or you have another option where instead of sending something tangible and helpful and good, I want to be silly. And you know what? Instead of thoughts and prayers, here's a little card that automatically gets drop shipped in the mail to you. Basically, a postcard that says, Scott sends his thoughts and prayers.
You know, all in capital 10 times New Roman on just a single white card.
It's like Ship-a-Dick. Have you seen Ship-a-Dick.com?
That just rolls off the tongue. Ship-a-dick.
You go to Ship-a-Dick.com and then you could have a big cardboard box filled with a bunch of cardboard dicks, or like
Oh my
one
god,
big
there's so many
poster board
options.
dick or whatever. I don't know if this will make the cut, but
okay. What if you flipped it? Rather than you sending the thoughts and prayers, you like contribute to a fund where if anybody posts sending thoughts and prayers, people donate into some other thing. Like I'm signing up for that. So now when
Pay it
anybody
forward.
does say, "Oh, sending my thoughts and prayers," it's everybody else contributing, and so it makes that person look way worse because they didn't do anything, and everybody else.
It tags it onto it to be like, oh, I like that.
you can leverage the meme to make this like a social movement thing, like a pay it forward in line at Starbucks type thing, but on not Twitter, X.
All of them.
Yeah.
So this famous politician I don't like said thoughts and prayers for this recent tragedy. So I'm going to do something tangible and contrast it with, hey, this politician did nothing.
Oh, I love that. You find every hashtag thoughts and prayers and just tack onto it and your marketing is done.
Wow, look at all these people that gave their thoughts and prayers and I gave my hundreds of dollars, you know?
And you have on your homepage the wall of shame that has all the people who have used it 12 times in the last, 18 months.
Dang.
You could even make it like a resource center or something. A school shooting or something terrible has happened here. I want to raise awareness for X and then have as much resources or how people can actually contribute to it. Vote out this person or help change this law to prevent this. And then go about how you could actually, as an individual citizen, do more of it. Every
time a politician does thoughts and prayers for like a tragic event, you auto tweet something like awareness or so now every time they do it, they screw themselves over with 30,000 tweets
shaming them
all in one blast. Every time they tweet, just a blast of a flood of people posting and tweeting over them, right? Xing.
Just like an auto reply. Hey, yeah, this politician said thoughts and prayers for this thing. You reply and retweet. Hey, imagine if they'd actually done something productive. You can do that here. Come to our donation link and do something more than just thoughts and prayers.
This is fun.
Is that a thing? Can you like subscribe to like auto tweets? Like, could we just break X or Twitter and just be like, all right, I barely use my Twitter account, but I will subscribe to like hundreds of different auto tweets if that's a thing. Like, can you flood Twitter with enough tweets that make that tweet less relevant? Like, if 30,000 people were like, anytime this person tweets, I just want to bombard that tweet with a bunch of BS around it, or brigading.
Well, Twitter probably has 4 people still working in IT, so you can probably do whatever you want.
You want to log in and authorize thoughtsandprayers.com to post on your behalf, and then it just waits for the next wave. And when thousands of people all are in the wings ready to do it, it fires up the large language model, makes a bunch of variants of the same idea.
Something like that. Yes.
There you go.
I can't wait.
Now that it's very cheap to have an unlimited fire hose of medium quality content.
So would you call this the Chat GPT of thoughts and prayers?
It's powered by AI, of course. Social good. That's what we do here on this show.
For the greater good.
Sometimes. All right, Leo. What is your idea?
All right, so this is a little different than usual because it's a refinement on an existing product that exists that I want to make better. So the National Weather Service has radio stations all over the country, and 97% of the population is covered by good signal for forecasts and upcoming whatever and severe weather alerts.
Okay.
You can buy a radio from one of two manufacturers that sits and waits, and if there is a tornado warning or whatever in your area, it'll light up, and you don't have to have an internet connection, and you don't have to have cell phone service or anything. It'll say tornado, it's a smoke detector but for bad weather, right? And the radio that I have that does this works perfectly, but the UI is trash. It looks like a clock radio from the 80s, and you're navigating through this awful 7-segment display to try to find you're with the manual looking up codes that correlate with your county, and you're typing in shit. It's awful. So I want to make something that looks kind of like a Nest thermostat. You've got a glass and metal sandwich that goes on the wall or on the bedside or whatever. You've got a beautiful circular display, perhaps some LEDs that are yellow for warning and red for alert sort of thing. You've got a screen that just, if there's nothing going on right now, maybe it just has the local forecast or current temperature or something like that. But really the trick is when there's a severe weather alert, it chimes. It does something that actually gets your attention. It flashes. It wakes you. It's the kind of thing that I've played around with building something of, but grabbing those signals and decoding them is more complicated than I'm comfortable doing with code and Arduinos and stuff today. But yeah, it's something that I think about a lot because it seems like the kind of thing. I know we're in the age of cell phones and most of the time cell phone service is good enough. But if there's an actual like hurricane situation in many regions or an earthquake or something that takes out infrastructure, these things often still work. Radio survives when internet is too congested or when your home electricity is out, right?
Okay. This is why I love this, because it's a hybrid IoT device where like I'm still connected to the internet. I read where I am. I can read my county codes or whatever and tell you, I'm able to translate the information to you because I download all that. But if the internet goes out or power goes out or whatever, I'm still just fine because I can tune into this frequency because I have a special antenna receiver on here and can give you the alerts as needed. And I'll just keep doing that until my battery dies.
Totally.
I love that.
Do you remember you'd be listening to the news and once in a while they'd test it and you hear the sound, the 3 chirp. That's what that is. It's called an SAME, a SAME alert. And there's in that little gibberish block, it says tornado warning in this area, expires at this time, seek shelter now, right?
Wait, in that crazy noise?
In the little sound it'll say like this is a severe thunderstorm watch in this area. That's what those decode to be.
I never knew this.
And you could just and it's out there. Not only do they have it on TV and radio for like your TV in theory could like pick it up and display something in its UI was the idea back in the day. But they also just broadcast them in towers all over the country. And there's almost no gadget out there to pick them up and use them, which bothers me.
So who's your target market here? Who are you trying to sell this to?
I would buy one, right? But
you should always be in your target market, yeah. But if there was someone
your target market is people who have a smoke detector. It's everyone should have one of these, right? It wakes you up in the middle of the night when there's severe weather and you didn't know that the tornado was coming.
It's safety.
It's safety.
Could you build this into existing smoke detectors? So you've got your smoke detector, it's wired into the house. Typically, you got your backup battery. It's also got a small radio receiver, 2 LEDs, yellow, red, weather service, warning, weather service, the other
carbon monoxide detector.
Why are they not together?
I recently replaced all my smoke detectors and they have Wi-Fi now. And it's really nice to say not only, hey, the smoke detectors are going off in every room, but it is because something was detected in this room.
Whoa.
It says it on your phone and you can dismiss it. Super great.
Yeah, and you can say, I'm a bad cook.
Or fajitas mode, right? It doesn't have that. But.
Burger mode.
but yeah, exactly. Yeah. Put it into a smoke detector. I love that because it's in every room. It's auto gas. Like you said, it has power. It made me very angry. These smoke detectors that I bought all have a lithium ion battery in them now. I don't know why the hell it took us 30 years as a nation to decide that the 9-volt battery chirp was a bad system. But the minute that I saw that, I was like angry that I hadn't had that 10 years ago.
Your smoke detectors are hardwired in by default. Okay, yeah. Right. And then the lithium ion is a backup.
Instead of the 9-volt.
Yeah, done that?
They all should do this, right? But anyway, that aside, I love the idea of building it into something that's already in the house, like a smoke detector.
Did you say that radio like lives on after a event? Like
Oftentimes, the sites that transmit still are getting, like, they have backup generators at every one of them, and they're still broadcasting and all that. So when there's a hurricane and stuff, ham radio is often in the area doing the coordinating of like emergency
ham
services
radio.
because cell phones aren't working, and so it's radio.
Regular
will
radio
work. All you need is
Like,
power.
Can I go to okay? Because like I don't think so. Radio is dying, right? Like in general, like who's got a radio anymore?
I listen to it every day in the car.
That's a podcast, Phil. We've talked about this.
Sorry, I'm old.
You see, Phil, you are such a Gen Xer. All right, you're such an old man.
I'm a millennial. Thank you.
I think radio has a place in the world.
This might be the place, Leo. You can get every single radio station on the planet to be like, oh, this is a safety thing that goes into your home. And now every Gen Zer has a radio again. And they're like, whoa, free music that's not Spotify. I don't know.
Totally.
Ad free. Just kidding. It's definitely got ads.
Definitely has ads.
A curated playlist based on the number on the dial.
Vinyls and smoke detectors are coming back.
We just received a severe weather alert, and we'll tell you what it is after this ad from Squarespace.
Oh, no.
Squarespace. Have you ever wanted to make a website?
I think it's like, I don't know if you could lead with the safety measures, but then now you have like a fun little like radio in your home that
It tells me if I'm going to die.
yeah, like
So you've got a combination fire detector, carbon monoxide detector, severe weather alert, AM, FM radio. Sorry, I take that back. Not AM. AM can go fall in a hole and die.
In
FM
my
radio.
line of work, we call this scope creep.
Just throw another antenna on the circuit board. You can put whatever you want.
well, wait, are you already connected to the radio or this is completely different?
So you know how you tune your radio to listen to music between 88 and 108? There are more frequencies above and below that, and this one has to operate at
Yes.
162 point something megahertz, right? So you can tune to it with a special radio, and it'll be like, the forecast tomorrow is partly cloudy in your area. Like, it's not fun to listen to usually.
But if you put it to some lo-fi beats,
Weather in your area is good.
I'm not picturing using this in an audio capacity other than, hey, we were listening to the radio for you. We learned that there is a flood watch, and now we're telling you about it in some other way, right?
Dude, Oklahoma's gonna love this shit. Like
Totally.
every Oklahoman.
I still think there's a market for an all-in-one safety device of that.
I am surprised it doesn't exist.
Fire, smoke detector, carbon monoxide, severe weather you get from the FM. What other safety devices could we put in there?
This podcast is gonna save hundreds of millions of lives over the course of its eternity.
And raise a bunch of money by shaming politicians for saying thoughts and prayers. We really are altruistic here.
Wait, is that where we started this one?
The thoughts and prayers for podcast
thoughts and
episode.
prayers smoke detector.
Right, yeah.
First, my severe weather alert thing fails to warn someone, and then we use Scott's service to raise money for the victims.
So they can buy them for next time.
Every senior citizen must have thoughts and prayers, severe weather, smoke, carbon monoxide detector
Symbiotic
alert.
marketing.
Yeah, I think our businesses should partner. We
Yep.
could do like some cross
I'm
marketing.
in. We'll have all four connected by the end of this. It'll be good.
Russell, what's something that you wanted to do that you haven't had time for?
Guys, I think this fits the theme that all of a sudden
All of a sudden, spurred out of nowhere.
I've tried all these meal prep apps, meal like HelloFresh, all these other shit. I don't know why. They just all kind of suck or too expensive. I paid $50 for this meal, or I don't know, maybe it was like 12, whatever HelloFresh wants to tell me it's worth. But it's but it's like 3 shrimp, and you're like, this is for a couple? Like, I don't know. Like, give me something to leave in my fridge after. They definitely minimize the quantity and sell you on the quality. And then you open the box and you're like, oh my gosh, they spent like $30 on the styrofoam, ice packs, all this other crap, right?
Yep.
I'm thinking of a more efficient way to do this. We'll call it something like mealtime, local food prep. All right. Take all the food in these supermarkets that are not going to expire, but maybe in the next, like they're aging out. The app, let's say, does meals, not chicken, not like Instacart, not like these things. You can pick and choose recipes, and then it's all meal prepped. You're doing your grocery shopping, or you're going and you pick up your meal that you've had prepped already. And so when you go home, it's like it's like having a recipe and then it goes into Instacart and adds all the items to the cart, and then you leave the store with like 5 portions of the meal, because I don't think anybody that cooks at home makes a meal for just that day. They kind of make it for like 2 or 3 days.
I'd prefer not to, but you're right. The portions are so small. It's what it ends up being.
Right. And then you're like, what the hell? I'm trying to save time. Partner with these grocery stores. You get a little bit of a cut. Like, hey, I'm going to buy all your chicken and I'm going to make a special on my app where chicken cordon bleu is $10 off, because we got chicken that's like oversold here, right? And so Meijer's not really doing sales anymore, or our local grocery store is it, because they sell all the overstock pork because Mealtime's got it, right? They're gonna buy anything that's on sale and do that. So that's it. And now you go partner with Thoughts and Prayers, and now you're like, all right, meal train, right? You pick up, but it's all pre-measured and stuff, guys. Like, I want to feed a family of 5. You can actually make it user experience centric. Like,
wait. I need to clarify on this one then. So when I go to the grocery store, am I coming away with like a pre-made frozen meal depending on what I wanted, or the ingredients, everything I have ready to go to make the meal at home myself?
That second one.
Got it. Okay.
All pre-measured based on your requirements. You measure the chicken and you measure the ingredients, and now boom.
So we just need to find some way for someone to hide and live in like a grocery store preparing this and then selling them out of the parking lot.
That's it.
Love it.
Right? The strip malls that are always connected to those grocery stores, you just open shop there, and it's a drive-through,
Love it.
Or you put it in a van, you drive around with a van, you bring it to everyone's neighborhood. You got your Ziploc bags, you got your meal prep. That's all in one.
You see, like, I want to cook the food, but I want to cook it my way, which is I'm going to make it for 3 days. Shop for me for that one meal versus going to the grocery store, buying more of everything, and then forgetting shit. It's super easy to do. So whoever's on this podcast, this will disrupt Instacart. Shipped. They'll be like, give me your business.
Please disrupt it. This actually sounds very helpful.
It does sound very helpful.
There's an existing startup called Imperfect Foods. They're
Love
kind
those
of sort of
guys.
in this vein. Do you know about that?
Yeah, we use them.
The ugly pumpkins and...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to eliminate food waste, discount delivery, shippable boxes from your local... It seems like something that they could pivot into doing. Like, they're kind of sort of meal kitty, which they don't really do now. You want to make some recipe type suggestions and build off of what they're doing a little bit, right?
That's genius. It's like, I don't need the fancy stuff. I just need dinner tonight.
Would this be a day of? So it's like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you're leaving work. Shoot, I didn't plan dinner. I'm going to pull the app, see what they've got. Oh, they've got pork and green beans that are within a day or two of going bad. So tonight's dinner is pork and green bean something.
Yes.
They've made the meal. Okay. So it's day of, hey, here's what today's expiring food is. Come on in and get it.
I love this.
You get a kit. We've got it ready.
Yeah.
That's great.
It doesn't have to be like full on expiring. It's like 2 or 3 days before they put that sticker on it,
Dinner
like,
tonight.
I just want that. Somebody do that. And what's great is that you could sell it at the normal price. Like, they could go to the grocery store and buy it at that same price, but you partner with the store and you're just making cuts on the margins that everybody's getting. So
yeah, the store wants to get rid of it. It's just going to be lost product. You're taking it off their hands, and even if it's for a discount for them, yeah.
Selling that label is better than it could be, yeah.
The TJ Maxx of grocery stores. It's like all the...
Oh, fuck. God, TJ Maxx. My wife used to love shopping there.
Used to.
She doesn't anymore. Now she...
TJ Maxx got canceled, didn't you hear?
Wait, did they?
Oh, God. It's like, oh, no.
I'll send some thoughts and prayers.
Phil, welcome. We're ready for your idea. Pitch it to the mischievous 3.
I just want to say I'm honored to be here. You 3 have been an inspiration to my life since I've met you guys. 36 minutes and 29 seconds ago.
Again?
You are an inspiration in my life. So episode 2, we started with the recurring segment, Russell's Love Corner.
Of course.
Play the theme music.
Yes.
Oh yeah, sorry. Russell's Love Corner. So I have another introduction to Russell's Love Corner. So I believe you guys are familiar with the concept of Tinder. So Tinder, Grindr, you swipe through, hey, they don't seem like what I'm looking for. They do seem like what I'm looking for. What about Tinder or Grindr for those who have given up on love and life? So let's say it's the holiday season, which is coming up. You are getting ready to go back for holidays with the family, and you are sick of your mom or dad or aunt or grandparents saying, hey, when are you gonna find someone to spend your life with? Why do you keep coming back alone? So that's where I'd like to introduce not Tinder, but Settler. Settler. So you're going home for Christmas, for Hanukkah, for Thanksgiving, and you don't want your parents to think that you're a waste of humanity who no one finds value. So you open up the app, Settler. I am male, looking for. I'm a heteronormative guy, so I'm going to default to saying looking for a woman to go to Thanksgiving with. So I pull up the app, I swipe through. Oh, my parents would like you, so I'm going to swipe right,
North.
That was the good one. I'm going to swipe north. Thank you, Russell.
You have to face the direction.
So you swipe north on the 80 to 90% of people who your parents would not object to seeing you with, because to be honest, seeing you with literally anyone is better than seeing you alone. They swipe north on you. Both of our families think, hey, our child or family member has a partner who is a improvement over being alone. It's a win-win.
Symbiotic relationship.
I have a question.
I will not take any questions. This idea is perfect. So moving on. All right,
Is
Leo,
the
go
person that you are matching with an actor pretending to be your boyfriend or girlfriend, or is this actually trying to bottom of the barrel find matches here? Okay.
Is there another tab that you can select for hiring a hooker instead?
That's what I'm thinking too.
That's a
very
different app.
close.
It's
4 millennial white middle-aged married men here who don't know how Tinder's supposed to work. That's the key to Russell's Love Corner.
Obviously, you just swipe north. We've been over this.
Oh, that's right. We're basically
right.
experts.
We're basically experts. Yes, thank you, Leo. Yeah.
I think that's hilarious. Can you imagine
Settler.
Settler. Okay, well, what if you had a boyfriend or a fake girlfriend, fake boyfriend, and you just all right, we're going to FaceTime them, they're not here right now. And you just full on Cameo the whole experience, right? All day. You're I got 30 calls today, back to backs, right?
Whoa.
Okay. So one subscription level lets you cameo with a professional actor. Another subscription level lets you hire in an actor for in person on those days.
There you go.
And the base tier is you have someone chat responding. That's probably
Look, Mom, I'm dating someone.
Look, Mom, it's my boyfriend. See, they said they love me.
Goes to a different school.
he goes to school in Canada. He couldn't
Right.
be here. He doesn't have cell phone service, so he can't video chat, but he can text.
Dude, and then every year you can change the person. It just looks like, wow, they're really playing the field. They're really trying.
Or for an upcharge, you can get the same same actor, same FaceTimer, same in person for that
Yes.
premium fee.
Every time you have to hire the same actor to keep the lie going, it goes up in price.
But yeah, until you eventually fall in love and get married.
This seems like a rom-com, in the making.
Oh, yeah, this is a Hallmark one. They actually do fall in love
That's
at
how
the
you
end.
market this.
Pivot. I've got a movie idea.
Settler.
Settler.
Catan. No, it's just...
Settler Catan, the movie. I admit, I cannot wait for the commercial for your original app, Phil, because it's just going to be a bunch of happy couples looking at the camera going, I settled. I settled. I settled.
And you can settle too.
I married down. No, I married down.
We both married down, and both our parents remind us of that.
Better than nothing. The app.
Then nothing is our tagline.
There are a lot of green card marriages that would absolutely jump on this.
We've reinvented the VHS or magazine-based Russian wife system from the 70s that I swear people say existed, but I cannot imagine that was actually a real thing. The mail order bride thing. Is that real?
Have you watched 90 Day Fiance? Like, that's real as it can get.
All
like,
I'm going to say is if ICE is listening, all marriages that are created from this app are truly love marriages and not for the sake of visas.
That's a good market, yeah. We know who to advertise to.
ICE?
No.
When we do targeted marketing, we will target everyone except ICE.
Man, I bet you could just even... Oh, this gets really like... Just download pre-made videos. Just like, all right, I like this video. It's like, oh, they just sent me a Happy Thanksgiving video, and it's just like them... Hey, and then they just do your name. It's straight up Cameo. Like, you could just do that. Like,
it's Cameo with escorts is what we have just created here.
I was thinking this was Tinder for people who've given up.
There is a real YouTube channel opportunity here where it's just hundreds of videos of, hey, hun, I hope you're having a great holiday with whoever. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm so excited to chat later.
200 videos. You repeated everyone with different names. Hey, Russell, great talking
just
to
say
you
babe.
earlier. We'll talk later.
Babe, hun.
Well, if they use the name, it's more believable because according to grandparents, technology can't be faked.
Wait, I'm still confused. Am I showing this to my grandparents at Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Am I walking around with a tablet being like, guys, you want to see my latest video from my girlfriend?
Who's totally real.
Who's totally real and goes to the other school?
it shuts them up. You know, that's the thing. It just shuts them up, and then you can have a nice holiday.
Do you guys know about the happy birthday videos on YouTube? You can find like happy birthday, Michael. It's like a robot, and there's
Yes.
like 6,000 of on each channel. We need that. It's great.
Instead of like happy birthday, Michael, it's hey Russell, how you fade to black.
Oh,
They must be going through a tunnel. They have bad service in Canada.
that's right.
In Canada where they're at.
Girlfriendincanada.com.
/Russell.
This is an app that we all can participate in, right? They don't have to know we're married, right? We can just pretend to be. We can just be like the perfectly. Oh, that looks like a good fit, right? The dad bod, the messy hair, like that's definitely more of that person's type. You know?
And every time they use your video, they pay for the whole thing, and you get a cut.
Guys, we could be making bank.
We are the Cameo for escorts.
Fake relationships.
And this is all just a stopgap until we get real-time stable diffusion and we're generating our girlfriend anyway.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like how Uber is like, yeah, the drivers are temporary. Someday it'll all be robots. We'll be, well, the people that we're paying to say, I love you so much, honey.
Babe, wait. Babe, no.
Buckaroo, we love you.
I would pay extra to be called Buckaroo.
Hey, lovable scamp.
Oh, lovable scamp.
Lovable scamp.
It's the premium tier.
Phil, thank you for joining Russell's Love Corners, adding to that segment. And we just want to hear
Gotta keep the
a
brand
thank you.
alive.
Here's a thank you. Thank you for joining the Spitball Show. Anything you want to say?
I mean, to be perfectly honest, being on the show is probably the second greatest honor in my life. The first greatest honor being the first podcast I was on. It was
Okay.
a live show.
I don't think anybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that show.
Scratch that. I appreciate you guys, and I plan on taking my idea fully to market to the exclusion of all of you, making another 4.2 million and retiring with comfort. Can you retire with comfort at 4.2 million?
In this economy?
Actually don't think so. Not in today's economy. Yeah.
Thank you very much for listening today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Our website is spitball.show as always. We would love to hear from you, the person listening right now. Please email us feedback, comments, ideas, things that this made you think of. And we are podcast@spitball.show. Follow us on social media. We are at The Spitball Show on X. And podcast at Spitball Show on the Fediverse, such as Mastodon. Our subreddit is r/Spitball Show. Our intro outro music is Swingers by Bonkers Beat Club. Please, you are listening to this podcast on an app. Fire up that app, take a look at it. Is there a button to add or subscribe or rate or do something? Please press that button. That would really help us. New episode is out bi-weekly now. We will see you then.